Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star original continent based on novel. So let's start. On original star number 08625, in the vast sky above the ocean, Blood Cloud Palace Master flew through the air at high speed. He wore his blood-red battle robe, blood-red mask, and his curved, golden horn. Meanwhile, in his world ring, his original earthling body was dealing with the loots of his victory. Within his world ring, clad in black armor with a lone horn on his forehead, Luo Feng stood on the vast ground and looked at the loot before him, a true treasure which was a pair of gigantic godly hammers, a top-tier true treasure which was a piece of simple, unsophisticated armor, a true treasure which took the form of a green seed, and a world ring. Crack them! Luo Feng looked at the true treasures and world ring before him and divided out 5 streams of godly power at once, of which 2 went directly into the true treasure godly hammers, and 2 went into the true treasure armor and green seed respectively. The last one went right through the world ring. Luo Feng was not about to waste any effort on the world ring. He forcibly destroyed it right away. A loud bang sounded, followed by a large quantity of materials, valuables, and several true treasures falling from the world ring that broke apart. The scene was like a cluster of fireworks exploding in the sky, raining down on the land. In a split second, his surroundings were completely piled with mountains. This sinking fire master was really one unique character, collecting these few true treasures, and branding each and every one with a life imprint. Even those valuables, more than half of them were branded with life imprints. Luo Feng shook his head. His godly power was further divided into more streams, which dashed for those true treasures and valuables to penetrate them. The impact of his godly power was continuously felt. It had been said that with true skills, one could mold a thick metal rod into a fine sewing needle. With brute force, he cracked open the imprints. One after another, he continued until finally, with his godly power, he completed the cracking of all the imprints. One of his bodies took the identity of Blood Cloud Palace Master, an ancient existence known to the vast universe, and roamed the original star seeking adventures. The other body was working hard at cracking all those life imprints of the true treasures and valuables that were Luo Feng's winnings. What great satisfaction, he murmured. Cool. Luo Feng felt a deep satisfaction that came from the bottom of his heart. When he first set foot off Earth and entered the universe, feeling jittery and frightened, he had spent his efforts striving and fighting. Every moment had been filled with pressure, and he always felt as though he could never gain control of his own destiny, much less control, or guard the fate of his fellow Earthlings. Until now, when Luo Feng had finally gained a foothold for himself. Throughout the universe, I may not be the strongest, he said. Universe supreme beings are all much stronger than I am. Those who were comparable to me were aplenty. They were all universe masters at the pinnacle level. Even though, with Star Tower, I may at most be comparable to them. But at least, I am ranked within the pinnacle list of this vast universe. Joy abounded deep in his heart. Setting foot on this path of a great being, was it not all for the sake of seeking greater freedom? For the foothold he had now. My battle records this time round indicate the truth of what Primal Chaos City Teacher has said, that I have become a universe master. Luo Feng continued to forcibly crack those life imprints as he waited expectantly. I believe, thought Luo Feng, after Hong Alliance's internal discussion, very soon, I will be qualified to become a palace master of the Hong Alliance Palace. By then, just as Huge Axe Creator promised earlier, the day will come when I can sit alongside them. That will be the day I can claim back planet Earth. After an endless fight. 180 million years. Soon. The other great beings all felt that Luo Feng had only undergone around 100,000 years of cultivation, yet, the amount of time that Luo Feng had personally experienced was, in fact, 180 million years. If one's willpower was not strong enough, such long years would only bring one to a mental breakdown and ruination. The life imprints of the treasures were continuously cracked and cleared, one after the other. After a short moment, the life imprints of the ordinary true treasures were also continuously cracked and cleared, one after the other. Soon, even the life imprint of the one and only senior true treasure found in the lot was cleared. After a good half an hour or so, upon consuming a tremendous amount of godly power, the pair of gigantic godly hammers and the top-tier armor were completely cracked. Not a single item here belongs to Sinking Fire Master anymore. Luo Feng carefully looked through the loot and concluded that all that was obtained from Sinking Fire Master had been completely laundered. Luo Feng's gaze came to rest on a mountain where a tremendous amount of materials were piled up. His godly power immediately locked down on one of the objects among the lot, a piece of a purple crystal pillar that was slowly floating upward. The entire crystal pillar was filled with diagrams of secret engravings. It was faintly different from the rest, and the diagrams confirmed Luo Feng's doubts. Zhen Chang Valley. Luo Feng frowned, then laughed. My luck is not that bad after all. During the opening of the original stars, the Disambiguation Temple was one of the greatest treasures that had appeared. However, there was quite a handful of treasures that were one notch lower than the Disambiguation Temple, one of which was Blade River Luo, whose birth was already completed. There were also some treasure temples that might have shown up, but had yet to open up. The Disambiguation Temple was one that had yet to open its doors, and Zhen Chang Valley was also a place with hidden treasures. Although it had appeared, it had not opened. Luo Feng also knew of such information, so he recognized the crystal pillar as a token of Zhen Chang Valley with one look. It was said that there was a total of 9 tokens, and when the births of all 9 tokens were completed, Zhen Chang Valley would officially open. Only those with the tokens were allowed to enter Zhen Chang Valley. Otherwise, no entry was allowed. While the original Earthling body in the World Ring was cracking life imprints and found the token of Zhen Chang Valley, Blood Cloud Palace Master was flying about in a disorderly manner, fleeing to another original star, as he was being pursued in a frenzy. At this point, news of Sinking Fire Master's body being killed was fast spreading out to the higher-ups of various top powers of the universe. Sinking Fire Master's 9th body has been killed, and his true treasure was taken away. Sinking Fire Master has already released the news, saying that Blood Cloud Palace Master's power is now much stronger than it was 3 million eras ago, and he has changed his true treasure weapon to a true treasure long shuttle. Even Sinking Fire Master cannot fight him off. We must be vigilant, and if we are not confident of surviving, we had better not fight Blood Cloud Master alone. Therefore, Universe Masters decided to move about mostly in 2s and 3s. Of course, there were still some who went after Blood Cloud Palace Master alone. They either had humongous godly bodies, true treasure armor that was extremely strong, or flying palace-type true treasures. Some who were Universe Masters already ranked in the pinnacle list. In short, only those who were extremely confident dared to act as individuals. Going after me. Luo Feng was speeding through the air as he laughed out loud. Every original star has a total of 10,081 space whirlpools that allow me to change my route in any way I like. Even if the universe top powers were to each send out several Universe Masters, how many could they come up to? Besides, all of them were not strong enough to stop me at all. In the name of his Battle to Fame plan, Luo Feng allowed Blood Cloud Palace Master to come out of hiding and wander about leisurely. On the one hand, he could test the power of this supreme true treasure. Secondly, Blood Cloud Palace Master's presence served as a good diversion. The 3 alliances would grow so infuriated that their attention would be diverted away from Luo Feng. After all, compared to Blood Cloud Palace Master, killing Luo Feng was merely an internal fight among the 4 pinnacle races. Blood Cloud Palace Master was the true cause for the rage felt by the various powers of the universe. Goal achieved, Luo Feng mumbled under his breath. Time to return to my god country. How do I make my way back? All this time, Luo Feng had been flying about in a spontaneous manner. There were times when he was near a whirlpool tunnel that led to the outside world, yet he did not go through it, as he understood that such an obvious route would likely lead him straight into the ambush set by a great being just outside the whirlpool tunnel. Just as Luo Feng was thinking about how he should leave the original star to return to his god country, he arrived at a whirlpool tunnel. Luo Feng stepped right through it without a second thought. Blood Cloud Palace Master, don't you dare escape. Blood Cloud Palace Master. Take up my challenge if you have the guts. 3 Universe Masters had been hot on his heels, but they were too far behind to stop him. Most unwillingly, they watched Luo Feng make his escape into the next original star number 08605. Original star number 08605. Luo Feng had just stepped into this vast universe when he caught sight of 6 faraway figures. They were actually less than 60 million miles away from him. The leader of the group was a distorted, dark void, while the other 5 towering figures all exuded extraordinary auras. Luo Feng recognized them at first glance. The Northern Territory Alliance. Blood Cloud Palace Master. All 6 figures all seemed to shout at the same time. Ha ha ha, one of them laughed. Blood Cloud Palace Master, we were just preparing to head over to the other original star to hunt you down. To think you actually came running here on your own. Now we meet. We just got lucky, said another. Blood Cloud Palace Master, what a route you have chosen, to run into our path so coincidentally. You have been hopping around different original stars, and we are also changing routes all the time. Now, we finally run into one another. These 6 Universe Masters of the Northern Territory Alliance would not be easy to handle. Along the way, these Universe Masters had been constantly receiving information stating that Blood Cloud Palace Master had made his way to a certain original star, or that Blood Cloud Palace Master had just moved on to another original star. The speed of change was extremely fast. Of course, this naturally led to the 6 Universe Masters of the Northern Territory Alliance having to constantly change their routes. After all, it would be futile for them to always be chasing him from behind. They would never have been able to catch up. Instead, they had to intercept from the front. But to do so, they need luck. There were simply too many space whirlpools. No one knew which one Luo Feng would go to. Just a slight change in direction would make a great difference in distance. Luo Feng could not be bothered with those voices. The 6 Universe Masters before him, 5 of them might be quite powerful and well-known, but with Star Tower in his hands, they were no threat to him. What truly caught his attention was the leader of the group, the Dark Void life form. Star River Master. Luo Feng spoke up. Blood Cloud Palace Master, the Dark Void transmitted a voice in acknowledgement. You and I. For the first time, we meet face to face. Twice previously, I hunted you, but each time I got to you, you escaped. This time, I have had better luck. I actually ran into you. All at once, endless starlight enshrouded the entire original star, while a powerful force bound all corners together by enveloping the area. This was none other than a top-tier domain-type true treasure. You can forget about escaping, the looming, Dark Void said. I heard from Sinking Fire Master that you are very powerful. I would like to see for myself, if you are able to escape from me alive. My guess is, you should still be able to make your escape from our siege this time. Luo Feng looked on from afar, but maintained his vigilance, because, Star River Master's reputation aside, in terms of power, status, and reputation, he was not any inferior to Luo Feng's teacher, Primal Chaos City Leader. This was definitely one of the top-ranking individuals on the list of Universe Masters. Even a Universe Supreme being would have been unable to tackle Star River Master. All these facts were evidence of his astonishing prestige of a top-ranking Universe Master. However, this is how I can see the gap between me and the pinnacle Universe Masters. Aggression was burning in Luo Feng's heart, and he gazed at the leader in the distance. He completely ignored the other 5 Universe Masters. He only had eyes for Star River Master. You're not running, came a voice from the Dark Void. Luo Feng gazed at his opposition. Neither are you. Ha ha ha, a guffaw came out of the Dark Void. Interesting. No wonder almost everyone in the universe wants you dead. You're indeed bold and arrogant. Stop talking. Luo Feng yelled, and his eyes glinted fiercely. If you want to fight, fight me now. Time's precious. He was replacing his teacher-sitting mountain guest as Blood Cloud Palace leader, so he needed to be qualified. Blood Cloud Palace leader was a wicked and rampant being roaming the universe. Blood Cloud Palace leader, you live up to your reputation. All of a sudden, an arm-shaped substance extended out of the dark void, and a mace-shaped true treasure weapon appeared in the hand. At the same time, another arm-shaped substance showed up. This hand also held a mace-shaped weapon. Both maces were bronze, and the periphery was gold. This true treasure of mine is named Kuan Yi, and it's a top-tier pinnacle true treasure, said Star River Master. Top-tier pinnacle true treasure, thought Luo Feng. Luo Feng understood that there were gaps even between valuables at the same level. The true treasure Star River Master was using now was only second to supreme true treasures, and it must have been as powerful as the mace-type weapons that Double-Face Ancestral God had been using. His status was self-explanatory, based on the true treasure he was using. The other 5 Universe Masters spread out without meddling. They believed in the power of Star River Master. Take 3 attacks, said Star River Master. If you can, I won't stop you. Here's the first move. Star River Master started to move right after he said. He raced toward Luo Feng like a black phantom. Come on. Luo Feng dashed toward him holding the shuttle and shouted, Bloodlight. Luo Feng's godly body surged to 6,000 miles tall, and he performed his most powerful technique. His burning godly power flooded the shuttle. The shuttle twisted the space around it and formed whirlpools. The power was so strong that the other 5 Universe Masters were intimidated. Star River Master held the maces, which looked like bolts of lightning. 2 black beams of light gushed forth and hit the shuttle. The black void holding the 2 godly maces bounced away, and Luo Feng stepped back. This is the first move. Screen. The maces emanated powerful energy. I've looked down upon you. After all, it's only an ultimate technique of Universe Masters, and it's not enough to suppress you. I can tell that you're a pinnacle Universe Master. Take my second move. It's a supreme technique of Universe Masters created by me. As the voice went into Luo Feng's mind, Star River Master started to move again. The Black Phantom charged at him. The maces turned the space into darkness. A miniature universe. Luo Feng was shocked. It looked like a miniature universe, but there were some differences. The maces smashed toward Luo Feng like 2 worlds. Break. Luo Feng growled. He raced toward the maces, and the shuttle of Star Tower also stabbed toward the maces. Luo Feng felt his body trembling, and the shock waves hit his force armor. However, the power was neutralized by his force armor. Luo Feng dove away from the shock wave. This is the first ultimate technique of Universe Masters I created, Black Knight, said Star River Master. It seems that the shuttle in your hands is also a pinnacle true treasure. Otherwise, you would only be at a slight disadvantage. Luo Feng looked at the dark void in the distance. A pinnacle true treasure. What a joke. A race could have many ordinary pinnacle true treasures. As for pinnacle domain type true treasures and pinnacle soul type true treasures, a race might have several. However, a supreme true treasure was superior. The disadvantage he had because of his godly body and techniques were almost made up for by the shuttle of Star Tower. His first move is an ultimate technique of Universe Masters, and his second move is a supreme technique of Universe Masters. What about the third move? Luo Feng was confused. Could there be a more powerful one? That didn't sound right. Supreme techniques of Universe Masters should be the best that Star River Master could do. You're qualified to take my third move, said Star River Master. My supreme move. The other 5 Universe Masters collectively held their breath. They transmitted their voices in private. Look. The supreme move of Star River Master. We get to see it again. Last time Star River Master performed it, he killed a Universe Master in Universe Ocean, and the other 2 Universe Masters fled. They were all excited, as Star River Master wouldn't perform this move unless it was absolutely necessary. The original star was trapped in darkness again, and a dark power permeated through it. At the same time, a completely different power arose from his maces. The maces started to shine. They were shinier than 10,000 stars combined. One of them was dark, and the other was bright. Luo Feng felt despaired when he handled it. He tried to banish the negative mood. It was not a soul attack, rather, it was an attack so perfect that it could only be awed and even made its oppositions. Of course, Luo Feng's willpower was strong enough for him to recover from those feelings immediately. He stabbed with his shuttle again. The space trembled. The light river hit the shuttle, and the shuttle resisted the river. The shuttle was as stable as a mountain. However, Luo Feng could still feel his godly power trembling even after the power being weakened by his force armor. Luo Feng bounced away beneath that power, and he could barely stop in the distance. Everything dissipated. The original star returned to peace again. 1/500th of my godly body is gone, said Luo Feng. He was astonished. He first used the shuttle to resist that move, and he used force armor to withstand it again. However, 1/500th of his godly body was still gone. If he used Blood Ghost Blade instead of Star Tower, the power would have been 2 levels more powerful. One attack could destroy 50% of his godly body. He was shocked to his very core, but what he didn't know was that Star River Master was even more shocked. What? Star River Master was terrified. He was already a pinnacle Universe Master, and he had a supreme technique of Universe Masters. He had created 2 supreme techniques of Universe Masters, and had combined the 2 into one in Universe Ocean. It looked simple, but it took a long while when he combined the 2 as one. This attack. This was the move that made him awed by the entire universe, and that meant he did not need to be afraid of Universe Supreme Masters. He'd always known that only a few Universe Masters in the universe could rival him. A great amount of my godly power was consumed because of that move, but his godly power is hardly gone. Star River Master was shocked. He didn't know that Luo Feng had the supreme true treasure, Star Tower, in addition to his pinnacle true treasure force armor. If Star River Master knew that he had failed because of a supreme true treasure, he would have felt relieved. A voice came from Blood Cloud Palace leader in the distance. What is that move? River in Black Knight, said Star River Master. Incredible. Impressive, said Blood Cloud Palace leader. Luo Feng really was impressed. He took 3 moves, and the second move was Black Knight. Luo Feng could tell that the third move, River in Black Knight, was a combination of Black Knight and River, and their power led to a tremendous attack. The only supreme technique he knew was I am the universe, and it had been bestowed to him by the universe. He couldn't create any. Yet his opposition had created several of them, and he was able to combine them. No wonder. It's Star River Master. Luo Feng exclaimed. Go, said Star River Master. You're able to take my supreme technique, without being severely injured. At the same time, he took back his Star River and flew away. Star River Master. Star River Master. The other 5 Universe Masters followed Star River Master reluctantly, after glancing at Luo Feng. They knew they wouldn't be able to injure Blood Cloud Palace leader given that he was able to resist the supreme technique of Star River Master, and now that Star River Master had left, they would follow him as well. Star River Master, Luo Feng whispered. He had finally witnessed the top-tier Universe Masters. He disappeared like a streak of light. A piece of news came when the Universe Masters were searching for Blood Cloud Palace leader on the original stars. Star River Master from the Northern Territory Alliance had fought Blood Cloud Palace leader, and Blood Cloud Palace leader had only suffered from a slight injury even under Star River Master's best moves, and Star River Master had left voluntarily. All the Universe Masters searching the original stars were shocked. Impossible. Star River Master utilized all his power. Though I could survive that, I would be severely injured. That Blood Cloud Palace leader's power barely changed at all. How can he be that powerful? Did Blood Cloud Palace leader hide in Blood Cloud Palace? No. He withstood the supreme technique of Star River Master. They couldn't believe what they heard, and the more they learned about that fight, the more hopeless they became. Gosh! Star River Master used his best true treasure to perform his most supreme technique. Blood Cloud Palace leader was able to withstand that without even being severely hurt. A sense of hopelessness flooded almost every Universe Master's mind, even for beings like Sky Beacon Godly Master, who were confident that they were Star River Master's equals. Let's go. Let's go back. Just go. Just like that. What else can we do? If Star River Master can't deal with Blood Cloud Palace Leader, then no one else can. Even Universe Supreme Masters are only slightly stronger than Star River Master. In the original universe, the power of Universe Supreme Masters was heavily constrained. What could Universe Supreme Masters do? Heavily injure Blood Cloud Palace Leader. Let's go. The Universe Masters gave up one after another. They all felt helpless. I can't believe Blood Cloud Palace Leader is this powerful. Although Blood Cloud Palace Leader was always powerful, he wasn't as insanely powerful as this. When hunted by beings like Star River Master in the past, he would have definitely run away without putting up a fight. It's much more difficult to kill him now. Some Universe Masters chose to leave. This was how the universe worked. Power determined someone's destiny. No matter how crazy, evil, and reckless someone was, if he could become a Universe Supreme Master, no powers would dare to mess with him, and instead, they would try to butter him up. Like lone Universe Supreme Masters, such as Sitting Mountain Guest and Virtual Real Devil Master, they all had weird tempers and might kill anyone at any time. No powers dared to go after them. Why? One didn't even need to be a Universe Supreme Master. Someone at Star River Master was already attractive enough for all the powers in the universe. Obviously, Blood Cloud Palace Leader was hardly injured by the supreme technique of Star River Master. Apparently, he was almost at that level. Don't mess with that maniac. Don't mess with him. We can't kill him, he's great at fleeing, and he doesn't have any inhibitions. Unless we try to seal him, no powers will be willing to make such sacrifices to do that. After all, Blood Cloud Palace Leader is only an individual. He's not related to any powers. One fight determined his status. Blood Cloud Palace Leader had gone from a common enemy among the powers in the universe to someone no one was willing to mess with. Actually, there were powers who wanted to admit him, but based on their experience, Blood Cloud Palace Leader might kill those who approached him. He was a maniac. Inside Luo Feng's God Country. Luo Feng's original plan was to take a tour on the original stars for a longer time, but he didn't expect all those Universe Masters to leave. And Luo Feng went out without being noticed. The waves were churning like thunder, tumbling through the boundless remote ocean. Above the remote ocean, at the center of his God Country, and inside the godly palace, Luo Feng looked down at the God Country. I came back. It's done. Luo Feng smiled. He felt relieved as never before. He recalled the series of incidents starting from Virtual Real Devil Master coming after him, which triggered him to kill Heavenly Flower Knight, but he didn't expect him to hide in a flying palace-type true treasure. That had led to a bigger incident in which he had killed 8,000 Universe Knights, fought a Universe Master, and killed more than 6,000 Universe Knights with his miniature universe. After Blood Cloud Palace Leader showed himself, it had led to a larger disturbance, distracting everyone. I've achieved my goal. I'm at the same level of Master of Banff, Luo Feng thought, and I performed a supreme technique. I am a Universe Master. And I am a Universe Master who's a handful. His only weakness was his inability to control space and time, which might lead to some suspicions. However, it didn't matter. He was able to perform Golden Light and Miniature Universe, which showed Luo Feng had the power of a Universe Master, at least according to the powers in the universe. Besides, Luo Feng had several bodies, which meant he was extremely difficult to kill. Regardless, that Star River Master is indeed strong. Luo Feng exclaimed. If I didn't have the Shuttle of Star Tower, that attack would have destroyed half of my godly body. He used the long shuttle to resist it. And then, the power was weakened by force armor, yet he had still lost 1/500th of his godly body. 2 moves could kill him. I have a weaker godly body compared to the pinnacle Universe Masters, and I don't have a stronger enough weapon. Luo Feng frowned. Blood Ghost Blade is not enough to fight Universe Masters. A body of sinking fire master had a pair of hammers, which was a top-tier true treasure. And he wasn't even a top-tier universe master. The flame god halberd that Flame Emperor used was a top-tier pinnacle true treasure, which was at the same level of force armor. Primal Chaos City Leader had 3 bodies, and the most powerful one was the one fighting in Universe Ocean, and even the one in the original star was the one wearing Thousand Treasures coat, and holding a true treasure stone staff. Thousand Treasures coat was only a domain-type true treasure, at the same level as the true treasure of Star River Master. As for attacking true treasures, they should be similar. My weapon isn't good enough, thought Luo Feng. Okay. Teacher said if I killed 10 top-tier universe overlords or 1 universe master, he would make a pinnacle true treasure for me. I need a top-tier pinnacle true treasure like Flame God Halberd. He didn't need a domain-type pinnacle true treasure. After all, a top-tier pinnacle true treasure weapon was also highly valuable. Luo Feng took out a stone token. Teacher. Luo Feng's consciousness entered the token and started to pass the message. The token was an ordinary true treasure made by Sitting Mountain Guest for communications, which made Luo Feng admire Sitting Mountain Guest even more. Blood Cloud Pearl was used for disguise while tokens were used for communications. Those, plus Force Armor and Star Tower, all had strict requirements for those who used them. The true treasures made by Sitting Mountain Guest were largely different from those born in the universe. A message was conveyed immediately. Ha ha. Disciple. I've already heard what you did on the original star. But my question is, why did you fight that Star River Master? You've intimidated all the powers by doing that, and they won't want to encircle you anymore. Luo Feng was rendered speechless. If this was the case, no wonder teacher ran when he came across beings stronger like Star River Master. His teacher was certainly able to create a body to resist Star River Master. I didn't think of that, said Luo Feng. Besides, I wouldn't have been able to run away. That's right. You're not good enough for that. Sitting Mountain Guest, while in disguise, was extremely proficient in escaping. Why are you contacting me? He asked. Teacher, I killed a body of sinking fire master, said Luo Feng. It should be counted as killing a universe master. You're oversimplifying things, my disciple, said Sitting Mountain Guest. Luo Feng was speechless. Things were not going as he'd expected. Of course it doesn't count, said Sitting Mountain Guest. Killing a body should be as difficult as killing a real universe master, Luo Feng tried to argue. Of course it's not, said Sitting Mountain Guest. Blood Cloud Palace Leader is known for his fierceness. If it weren't for having another body, ordinary universe masters wouldn't even dare to fight you in the first place. As for those who have multiple bodies, they have the guts to take risks even if they're not strong enough. Do you really think Sinking Fire Master would fight you if he didn't have another body? Luo Feng said nothing. He knew he was right. Most of the universe masters chasing him were in groups, and those who acted alone had security. No one is such a fool, said Sitting Mountain Guest. It's not as easy as you think to kill a universe master. He only risked it because he had multiple bodies. Sitting Mountain Guest laughed. It won't be so easy to get your teacher to make a pinnacle true treasure for you. Luo Feng pouted, but it seemed there was nothing he could do. Teacher, I killed the body of that sinking fire master and got some true treasures, but I can't exchange them. If I give them to my race, my identity will be exposed. Luo Feng was concerned about this. The valuables obtained by Blood Cloud Palace Leader were stolen goods, and true treasures with great fame could be identified easily. It would be difficult to exchange them. That's right, said Sitting Mountain Guest. I'll handle it. Come here to exchange for a true treasure. Here are the coordinates of my place. Just come here. The coordinates were sent. Luo Feng looked forward to it. It had been a long time since Sitting Mountain Guest first became his teacher, but he had never been to his home yet. Sure, said Luo Feng. I'll be there as soon as possible. Luo Feng organized his true treasures, left his god country, and took off for the home of Sitting Mountain Guest. This video will end here.